Welcome to lecture series on signals and systems. In this lecture, we will discuss some more problems on convolution sum. Actually, in the previous lecture, I have given some practice problems for you to do by yourself, so that you will well versed with how to perform the convolution sum of two discrete time signals or discrete sequences. Okay, so here one more example I have taken, wherein here we need to find the convolution of the two infinite duration sequences. Okay, so in the previous example, whatever I have considered, in that whatever the n value is there, sample values are there, they were finite. Okay, so here we will be considering one example wherein the sequences are towards the infinite. Okay, so here is the problem. Find the convolution of two infinite duration sequences. The sequences are given: x of n equal to u of n minus 3 and h of n as 2un. Okay, so you know that u of n is the unit impulse signal which starts at 0 and it goes towards the positive infinite. Okay, so the u of n value is 0 for negative values of n. So by the mathematical representation of unit impulse signal, that can be seen as u of n is equal to 1 for n greater than or equal to 0. So it means that from 0 it starts and with amplitude 1 and it goes to infinite, and it will be 0 for n less than or equal to 0. Okay, so here this type of conditions wherein your both x of n and h of n are infinite. Okay, so they are tending towards the infinite, and both the signals are having unit impulse signal. So for both the unit impulse signal के हिसाब से हमें यहाँ पे ये consider कर सकते हैं that x of n and h of n are 0, that is x of n and h of n are equal to 0. Okay, for n less than or equal to 0, that is negative values of n के लिए both the signals are 0. So there is one more property of an LTI system wherein it will tell you about this condition. Okay, so when this will happen. Okay, so that is causality. Okay, so in previous video also we have seen when the system is said to be causal and non-causal, or you can say even anti-causal. So it is about the same thing here. An LTI system, okay, is an LTI system is causal if and only if its impulse responses, okay, impulse responses are 0 for the negative values of n. Okay, so if this is the case, then the system is causal, that is LTI system is causal. So for this, what is the understanding with respect to this h of n values are 0 for negative values of n. Okay, so even you can say relatively for even x of n as also could be 0 for n is less than 0. This can also be the case because according to the convolution property which we saw in the previous lecture, we can interchange x of n and h of n. Okay, so here the input signal is causal. Okay, so in this case also the LTI system is said to be causal. Okay, so because of this causal LTI system, the limits whatever we used to consider for the calculations of convolution sum, they will be modified. Okay, so the convolution sum limits are modified as something like this. Okay, for both the cases of h of n is equal to 0 for n is less than 0 and x of n is equal to 0 for n is less than 0. For both the condition, the limits are changing. So earlier they used to be from minus infinity to infinity, and here in this also they used to be from minus infinity to infinity. As the negative values of n are for the negative values of n, this x of n and h of n are 0, that's why this y of n expression is changing something like this. Okay, so moving further to the problem, whatever it has been asked here. So you can say x of n is u of n minus 3. Here there is a minus indication, it is the shifted operation on the unit impulse signal, and h of n is 2un. Okay, 2u of n. So here before going to the convolution sum, just I will plot this x of n and h of n. Okay, so the plot of x of n is something like this, wherein it is the shifted unit impulse signal. That's why since it is minus 3, so it will be shifted towards the right side, okay, by 3 units. So that's why your unit impulse signal, whatever the values we have earlier in the 0, that will be there in the 3. So the amplitude will be 1 forever, so it will goes to infinite. So your x of n, that is u of n minus 3, will start at 3 and it will goes to infinite with the amplitude 1. This is the plot for x of n. Similarly, by the expression here, we can draw this h of n also, plot for h of n. So how this h of n will be? It is 2u of n. Okay, so it is related to the amplitude scaling, wherein whatever the amplitude of the u of n is there, that will be multiplied with the 2 for all the values of n. So here n varies from 0 to infinite. So for every amplitude, it will be doubled now. So it is 2 here. This is 2, this is 2. Okay, and it goes to infinite. So now we have both the x of n and h of n. We will do the convolution sum. Okay, so what is the step 1 for us? So whatever the x of n and h of n are there, that has to be changed to x of k and h of k. Okay, so I will write directly here saying x of n is changed to h of k. Okay, so I can write like obtain x of k and h of k from h of n and h of n. Okay, x of n and h of n. So it is simply changing the limits here. Okay, this is x of k starts at 3 and this is k 1 1 1 3 4 5, it is 0. This is x of k, and here I have my h of k with amplitude 2. Two, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is x of k and h of k. Okay, so what is the step 2? Whatever h of k is there, uska time reversal lena hai. Okay, so obtain time reversal, that is h of minus k. Okay, so h of minus k is here saying whatever the values of k it exist for the original signal, now they have to be negated. So here this is h of minus k, wherein it will start at 0 with amplitude 2. Now it will exist for negative values of k. Okay, so it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and its amplitudes are 2, 2 only. This is h of minus k, negated values, because you can see here it is starts at 0 and goes to infinite in the positive direction. Now negation of that will be starts at 0 and going towards the minus infinity. Okay, what is the step 3? Step 3 is to get n unit shift, right? Shift of h of n minus k. Okay, so we will get h of n minus k. H of n minus k is nothing but what? We have to shift the signal, okay, by the n unit. So whatever the values of this h of n exist, okay, now they have to be shifted left side by n units. So here it will be n, because it is started at 0. So just add the n to all the k values here. So 0 plus n is n, so that's how it will be, plus adding, that is left shifting. So n, this will be n minus 1, this will be n minus 2, something like this, n minus 1, n minus 2, like that it will go up to minus infinity. Okay, this is h of n minus k. I am not changing the amplitude, so amplitude remains 2 only. Okay, so what about the step 4? Now we need to find the overlapping regions. Okay, between what? Okay, between h of k and h of n minus k. Okay, so obviously I will be looking for the cases here. So what could be our first case? I have to look for the h of n minus k. This is h of n minus k, and here it is x of k. Okay, so if you look into both of them, I can say my n, if I consider n should be less than 3, that would be the case A. Okay, so I can write here case A for what? For n less than 3. So if n is less than 3, what will be the condition? There will not be any overlapping, no overlapping, okay, between x of k and h of n minus k. So my y of n will be 0. Okay, y of n will be 0 for n less than 3. As you can see here, consider n is less than 3, means if it is 2, what will happen? Your h of n minus k, it starts at 2 and it will go towards the negative infinite. And what about our x of k? X of k starts at 3 and it goes to positive infinite. So if you want to find the overlapping between them, there is no such overlappings, because it is starting at 2 and goes to. So in other words, your h of n minus k, okay, so I will here I will mention it, h of n minus k will be moving from minus infinity to 2. And what about x of k? X of k will be staying from 3 to infinite. So obviously there is no overlapping for this region, that is for n less than 3, the y of n will be 0. This is the case A. Okay, next you will see the case B. See here, in the comparative to the previous example, wherein signal used to be finite, so we used to have a one shift towards the right side and we need to find the overlapping again. So it is something like repeating the steps one by one till we find y of n is equal to 0. Okay, so how we will be doing? We used to shift like h of n minus k n यूनिट शिफ्ट करने के बाद दोनों को ओवरलैपिंग चेक करते थे. ओवरलैपिंग नहीं है तो 0 होगा पहले, देन एक एक शिफ्ट करते जाएंगे, वन सैंपल 1 बिट शिफ्ट करेंगे और फिर से ओवरलैपिंग चेक करते हैं, 1 बिट शिफ्ट करेंगे फिर से ओवरलैपिंग चेक करते हैं, एंड वी यूज टू गेट द y(n) वैल्यूज, राइट. So here still is this is a continuous signal, so the case B will be for n greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so anything that is greater than or equal to 3, obviously I will see both the signals are having a overlappings. कैसे हम उसको plot करेंगे फिर से, so that it will be very easy for you to understand here. Something like here. Okay, so this is my x of k. X of k, it starts at 3. Okay, 3, and it will goes to infinite, right. This is my x of k, and now if I plot here only the h of n minus k for n equal to 3 or greater than 3, greater than or equal to 3. So what I am saying is our h of n is also shifted and it is also starting here, and it is going like that, it is having a 2 amplitude, it also goes. So obviously every sequences in x of k and h of n minus k, there is a overlap, right, there is a overlap. So for this condition what will happen, so we will have the expressions here like y of n equal to summation k equal to minus infinity to infinite x of k h of n minus k. Okay, so you can see here our h of k is for a negative LS of n, both x of k and h of n minus k are 0, so it is causal. Actually this LTI system is causal, so directly I can have this expression summation k equal to 3 to n x of k, it is having amplitude 1, so I can say simply I will write here x of k h of n minus k. This is y of n. Why I can write like this? Because, so I can write here saying it is from, because it is a causal LTI system. Okay, so in simply it is something like here I can write even 0 also, but since it is starting at from 3, here also it is 3, 4 and 5, so you can say from 3 to n it exists. Now what will be the value of x of k, amplitude x of k? X of k will be is 1 because it is a u of n signal, okay, and h of n minus k, the amplitude is 2. Okay, so if I substitute them, what I will get here is summation k equal to 3 to n, x of k is 1, h of n minus k is 2, so it is multiplied with 2. Since it is the constant, so that will be taken out here, okay, 2 into summation k equal to 3 to n, it is simply 1. Okay, so we have this expressions in the form saying like if summation something like n equal to 0 to n, so sorry, k equal to 0 to n 1, then इसका वैल्यू हम n plus 1 ले सकते हैं. It is something like adding 1 n times. Okay, simply it is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus up to n time, so it is something directly n plus 1. Okay, so I can write that here because since it is starting from 0 to n it is there, but our expression is having 3 to n, so we can write it in two forms here, summation k equal to 0 to 3 1, here also 1 plus summation k equal to 3 to n 1. Okay, so this could be 2 into n plus 1. Here I need to add 1 3 times, so that will be minus 3. Okay, because we need this one only, right? Okay, so here I can, in other sense it is something like this, 0 to 3 minus, I'm sorry, it is from k equal to 0 to n minus k 0 to 3 1. Okay, I will write it once again here, summation k equal to 0 to n minus summation k equal to 0 to 3 1. Okay, so this could be summation k equal to, this is nothing but summation k equal to 3 to n only. Okay, so we have the expression for this summation k equal to 0 to n 1 का expression क्या आएगा हमें, n plus 1 आएगा. I will substitute that and I am adding 1 3 times, that will be minus 3. Okay, so this will be n minus 4. Okay, n minus 4. So 2 into n minus 2, this will be n minus 4. This is y of n. Okay, so this is how we need to solve for the infinite sequences. Okay, I can take one more example on this in the next lecture.